What is up, guys? ChezzyChats podcast. This is episode 4. I haven't done one of these in a while because school and shit has been going on. But I don't care. Today, very special day for me. I met another furry at my school. Yes, I'm not the only gay femboy furry faggot at my school. God, I'm so happy and stoked. I'll tell you the whole story. We're gonna leave them anonymous. I'm not gonna, say their name, but for privacy reasons, of course, because I don't know if they wouldn't care if I said their name, on the internet or whatever. So I'm not gonna say it. They're just gonna be recognized as the other furry as of right now. So in my economics class, I go upstairs. My school is weird. So we have 2 stories in my school. It's a charter school. It's not like a normal school. Lower grades are upstairs. The higher grades are downstairs, and it goes from 7th to 12th. And so, upstairs history class, they have what you like to call an advisory, which is basically a homeroom. So, in my upstairs history class, my history teacher's been doing this since last year, where she puts a big piece of paper on this table, on this little desk, and where people can draw and write on it and stuff. Knowing me, I obviously draw boy kissers and furry things. And so, I was curious, because I feel so isolated at my school, because I feel like I'm the only furry at my school. So, I write at the top, near the top of the paper, or middle, kind of. But I write, is anybody else at Pox a furry, or am I the only one? With my shitty handwriting, by the way. So, I have to check it every day, check the paper every day, because I'm not in that class all the time. It's periods. We have to go, so I'm in that class for 55 minutes every day. Except on Wednesdays, because we don't do periods on Wednesdays. We stay in our advisories. So I went up there after writing that, and I saw I got a response. Oh, I also drew a protogen right next to it. Just so, people would know, it's for real. Just kind of like validation. So I draw a protogen right next to it. And so the next day, it was on Monday, I think. I don't know. Just know, the next time I checked it, there was a response. And it said another furry, and it had, a cool little expression. And they pointed to my protogen and wrote toaster, which is, slang in the furry fandom for protogen. Which I'm like, oh, they're a furry. It's true. So, in that class though, there's kids, not in the class that I was in, but people, I think they have my history teacher as their advisor. So, they've gone to the school that I've been at for 2 years. This is their 2nd year. And I remember them last year being the chill one, didn't talk much or anything. But they were really good at art. Last year I was drawing boy kissers on these whiteboards. And they complimented. They said, hey, I like your art style. Because I don't draw boy kissers like the Mozzie Mice way. The original way. I just draw them how I want to draw them. And I do them really quick too. I was like, oh, thank you. Thought nothing of it. And then I was like, you know what? What if it's them? Because it matches their handwriting, because I've seen them write things before. And they've drawn little moth things on the paper too. And I'm like, And friends have told me that they've made the little dragon hand puppet things. Which I was like, alright. So today I had a half day, right? Had a half day for the shuttle bus riders. So I had to eat with the upstairs kids for lunch. Lucky me, they are upstairs kid. This is my chance. I was fucking shaking, just so you know. So somehow I got in a line right behind them. I wasn't even trying to. Got in line right behind them. They were like, "Hey," and nothing. And they said, "I like your hair." I don't think they knew, cause I always sign my things with ChezzyChats. I don't know if they knew that I was ChezzyChats, but I was shaking. I walk up. I'm like, "Hey, are you the one that was responding to my message on the paper in the history teacher's room?" And she was like, very loudly. I'm not saying this to hate against her or anything, because I don't think, she knew that I didn't, I was kind of being closed about being a furry. I mean, unless I'm around friends, but I don't know. It's just the new kids at school, they're kind of whack sometimes. But it was like, "Oh, you're the one that about the message about being furry and stuff." And like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not the only one at school." That is exactly how I felt too. It's just I had to keep the the chill demeanor. I had to keep the chill demeanor, cause the new kids. I want to be cool around them. I wouldn't care if the new kids found out I was a furry. It's just it was really awkward at the time. I was like, yeah, that. So I started talking about how I've been in the fandom since December, but I've been into the fandom for a while now. And so I went and sat with I actually kind of stood, but I was standing over them near lunch. They were talking about femboys, furries, all that stuff, boy kissers, and I'm the one who's drawing all the boy kissers, and I said, "Shh, I'm ChezzyChats." It was funny, and we were talking about how people were trying to erase the boy kissers and stuff, which I didn't find cool because bro, they're just cats. They might be gay, but who cares? But yeah, we talked about it, gave her my socials and stuff. She's really nice too. Just the only downside is that I'll barely be able to talk to them. I'll have to catch her at the right time to be able to talk, because our schedules are so misaligned, and she has total different classes than I do, and she's also not even in the same grade. I think she's was she in 8th grade? I think she's in 8th grade or 9th. But still, it's just I'm happy to find another furry at my school, and not me being the only one, because it's I don't know. But I'm glad I was able to find another person that's just like me. And we were talking about how we're not saving up for cars. We're saving up for fursuits. I said I'm going to get a kimono by the time I graduate. But, yeah. She told me about her persona. She had, a moth one, a dragon cat thing, which sounds really cool, low-key. She sketched it out for me really quickly, too. And I was like, oh. But, yeah, she's really nice. I had that on my mind. Wanted to say it. And I needed to make another episode of ChezzyChats. So, peace. Hey, you know who you are if you're watching this, because I'm pretty sure I gave you my channel. If you're watching this, what's up? Thank you for, writing the response on the paper. I'm glad I had the balls to talk to, you. You were the first person I asked, too, by the way. So, I'm glad I didn't see or, ask the wrong person. That's what I was so scared about, that I would ask the wrong person. So, yeah. Thank you. You are so chill. And you know what? Maybe one day, when we get out of school and shit, you could hit me up to go to a con. That'd be peak. I don't know. But that's if they're listening. Alright. I just wanted to say something to make it longer. Bye.